Well, Chelsea fun, this is Chom Sports News. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Mauricio Pochettino Chelsea sack decision made as Todd Boehly told to follow Arsenal example. Pressure is mounting on Mauricio Pochettino after Chelsea's heavy defeat to Wolverhampton Wanderers at the weekend. The Blues lost 4-2 at Stamford Bridge on Sunday and were booed at full time by sections of the fan base as they dropped into the bottom half of the Premier League table. "I think we are all not good enough," Pochettino said after the game. "At the moment, that is the reality. Myself, also, to be the first responsible for this situation. What we were showing today, that we are not good enough. I agree with you 100%. We didn't manage the situation properly and no one can be safe. I don't want to come here and say I am the best. We are all responsible. Even the players. The players need to take some responsibility like I am taking the responsibility, also. I agree with you, at the moment, we are not matching the history of the club. That is true, we have to accept and we need to be critical and not give up. We need to keep working to try and change, maybe take a decision, try to find things in a different way." Morning weather. The defeat to Wolves was Chelsea's 10th in the league this season and leaves them in 11th position. For a club of Chelsea's stature it is simply not good enough and Todd Boehly may be forced to act should Pochettino not get improved performances out of his players. With that said, Football.London's writers have their say on Pochettino and his future at Chelsea. Lee Wilmot, head of Football.London. "There comes a time when you have to step back and think to yourself, what does changing the manager really solve? Chelsea have been here before. Too many times before to be fair. Mauricio Pochettino is a good manager, head coach to be exact, and the issues at Stamford Bridge are not isolated to him. Thomas Tuchel was sacked because he didn't toe the line and things went downhill. Graham Potter had his issues and was not given the time to put them right. Frank Lampard was just a stopgap appointment. There comes a time when you have to back your boss, no matter what, and give him the time and space to sort things out from the bottom up. It has been 7 months for Pochettino and Chelsea are, let's face it, in no worse position than when he took over. They're no better off, of course, which is an issue, but with a squad full of young players, most of whom are new and adapting to the league, and a woeful injury record, there are mitigating circumstances. It's not always down to the head coach." Bobby Vincent, Chelsea writer. "It is getting more and more difficult to defend Pochettino. While I do not think he is the main problem at the club, not for 1 second in fact, the reality is we are way over halfway into his first season and there is no style of play to clutch onto. Pochettino talks about progress a lot and why it is difficult to measure that properly because of the circumstances at Chelsea. That, though, at a club the size of Chelsea, where the fans need to see at least something that offers them hope, will not fly. If the Blues can beat Liverpool and win the Carabao Cup, then that is progress, but at the same time, their form in the Premier League cannot stay like it is. Chelsea are a club that needs to be able to fight on several fronts every season. For now, I would keep him on. I would at least let him manage the cup final at the end of the month. But if they can't win that, then there is a serious decision to be made." Sam Truelove, content editor. Pochettino quite clearly needed time to implement his ideas when he was appointed Chelsea boss in July last year. Several months on and that remains the case. Yes, at a club like Chelsea you have to get results, but this is a project. Throw in Todd Boehly's £1 billion spending spree and you can see why it's taking a little longer for the Blues to gel this season. Pochettino should never be judged in his first campaign. He needs time and results will improve if he gets it. The West Londoners do have a Carabao Cup final against Liverpool to look forward to, after all, and a trophy this season would be classed as a huge success. Progress has been slow, there's no question about it, but Pochettino should be judged from next season. Mikel Arteta and Arsenal, Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool and even Sir Alex Ferguson and Manchester United experienced similar problems before finding success. Give Pochettino time and space for him to work his magic and he will come good. Joe Doyle, Content Editor. Chelsea have huge issues at the moment, and while I'm not convinced many will be solved by sacking Mauricio Pochettino, he's running out of reasons to keep himself in a job with such a lack of progress this year. Yes, there's been huge turnover and the injury problems have been bad, but other clubs have faced those this season and you can at least see a clearly defined style or even a base level of urgency on the pitch that is lacking at Chelsea right now. Thanks for visiting, as don't forget to subscribe our channel for more information.